So it's Friday, the 22nd of August 2025, and I am sending you a little filmette to show you a brand new project that I have started this week. And I've started with a drawing. So let me introduce you to the green man, green woman, which I'm calling a green man mosaic commission. So it's half woman and half man. And my friend May has asked me to create a mosaic for her mother, Janet. And they're all local and they're all friends of mine. I've known them for years. I've known Janet since 2012, I think. Anyway, so I'm doing a mosaic, a large one at 4 foot square, 4 foot by 4 foot. And the theme that May wanted was the green man. So I thought, well, instead of just being a man, it could be half man, half woman, but also to use different aspects of the seasons. So he will be all greens with the foliage, and she will be all autumnal foliage, oranges and russets, etc. Now I've been spending the last 4 days on this drawing, and I've really enjoyed it. I don't know if some of you know this, but I used to be a painter, and so doing a drawing like this reminds me of the good old days when I was a painter. So it'll be different, of course, when I get to mosaic making, because I'll be using crockery, etc. But let me show you the characters. So I've got this lovely owl, which I'm really pleased with. I used to be called an owl artist in the junior school. So it's still there. I still got it. I've got a leaping hare. I've got a monarch butterfly. I've got a woodpecker. I think it's greater spotted woodpecker. I've got a bee. I've got a froggy, little frog. I've got a hedgehog. I've got a tortoise. And there's little Robin Bobbin. So they're the 9 creatures. I've also got some mushrooms on the chin there and some acorns, little acorns. So this particular oak leaf inspired me to make a template. So I've got the template of oak leaves all over the place drawn in. I've got, what else have I got here? All sorts of things. You can see what I've been doing anyway, and using coloured pencil to start the drawing, and then using ink to fine line the detail. But I'm really pleased with the drawing so far. I've used a photocopier, printer, to print out my drawing. I did have this frog a lot bigger along here, but modern technology, well, it's modern for me. I took a photograph, printed him out, reduced him and printed him out. I used an overhead projector after I did my drawing of the head. I'd worked on the other side of the sheet of paper actually, and the head was a lot bigger. It fitted the whole of the height of the whole page. But I wanted to reduce that, so I flipped the page over and the sheet over of the sheet of paper over, and then redrew. So there's still chance of moving and still flexible as well with ideas. And I've already started putting together my inspiration for bits and bobs. For example, found this gorgeous piece of tile. It's an eye. Can you see? It's an eye. So, but I have got lots of crockery as well, and that could be the owl's wings and edges, just like the West Smethwick Park situation, the owl there. And then I've got this lovely plate that could be, mushrooms. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces, and quite a lot of the kiln craft was in oranges and greens, so I'll be using this, divided them up into two halves. So all for the use of. Even got potential eyes here as well. And oh yes, greens for the green man, lots of greens. So yeah, so there's lots and lots of gorgeousness, and of course as you know, my croc stash. I'll be looking through that. So I've like I say, I've put together all sorts of colours and lushness. And I also went to Wally Woods and had a look at oak leaves. So there was a few oak leaves that were on the floor, and some acorns. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. So this is the work today and this week. So I'm going to have a little meeting with the family on Tuesday. We're going to pin it up on the wall. I might do a little filmette there actually to show you where it is in situ, and then I'll get cracking. I'm going to be using, it's an outside mosaic, so I'm going to be using Marmox board. The boards are 2 foot by 4 foot, so I'll adhere them together and put fiberglass mesh around it, and then put a metal frame. Here's my metal frame. 0.6 mil thick, I think they are. So yeah, so I'll frame it so it's solid and then get cracking with the mosaicing. So it is Caroline Jerrywalla, Mango Mosaics, over and out. See you soon.